今は休憩時間なのか？今は休憩時間なのか？今は休憩時間なのか？
Products received. Resources received.
ドクターさん、ラテラーノの遊覧にお誘いしようか考えていたところです。そうすれ
いや、
行動予備隊 A6 のホッカルです。A6 のみんな。
プリムと申します。以前はラテラーノ護衛隊に所属しておりました。
私はフェやり使いです。新米チームの隊長もしています。
プリムと申します。以前はラテラーノ護衛隊に所属しておりました。
私はフェやり使いです。新米チームの隊長もしています。
昇進のことわざわざ伝えに来てくれたの？悪いわね、ドクターくん。それはそうと。成果の確認よろしくね。昇進のことわざわざ伝え 喜んで。喜んで。医薬品の積み込みは完了した。それでは出発する。
かの深き海より参りました。
主の祝福があらんことを。弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。医薬品の積み込みは完了した。それでは出発する。エクシア、援護。視界良好。弦には3つ。了解しました。
我に喜びを与えなさい。
弦には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難があります。エクシ
切りつく。
目標発見。行くぞ。
治療開始。弦には3つの選択が、敵の声は泣いている。今よ、粉々になれ。
油断したらダメだよ。無価値なものには興味ないのです。
弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。
Mission accomplished.
今よ、粉々になれ。
油断したらダメだよ。無価値なものには
みんなの命より大事なものはないよ。
弓を引いて
安全に気をつけてね。
私を呼び起こしてくださったのはあなたですね。
獲物を見つけました。福音が指先に集まる。
始めよう。
みんなの命より大事なものはないよ。安全に気をつけてね。
エクシア、援護。
視界良好。弓を引いて
黙っていろ。
了解しました。
深淵に帰りなさい。
弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。
エクシ
みんな一緒に遊ぼう。治療開始。福音が指先に集まる。この声は泣いている。
ア、黙っていろ。
あんたなんかに負けない。弓。
自分が強いとでも思ってるのか。逃しませんよ。
弦の振動を感じて。
誰にも縛られるつもりはない。黙っていろ。迷える魂たちを安息の地へお導きください。
弦の振動を感じて。
縛られるつもりはない。迷える魂たちを安息の地へお導きください。
皆さん、出発の準備をしてください。よろしくお願いします。できる限りやります。
誰にも縛られるつもりはない。
皆さん、問答無用。準備をしてください。よろしくお願いします。できる限りやります。 します。
黙っていろ。
福音が指先に集まる。
安心して背中を預けていいよ。
弦の振動を感じて弦には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難があります。切ります。血がたぎる。
体に違和感があったらすぐ教えてね。
Mission accomplished.
弦には3つの選択が。
皆さん、出発の準備をしてください。よろしくお願いします。
できる限りやります。
切りつく。皆さん、今よ、粉々にやれ。よろしくお願いします。
獲物を見つけました。切ります。弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。弦には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難があります。
切りつく。今よ、粉々。
緊張で筋肉が固まると治療に良くないんだ。力を抜いて。
弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。戦場は凄惨な悲劇を生むだけの場所だ。こいつらにもそれを理解してもらいたいものだ。
おはよう。
治療に良くないんだ。力を抜いて。
弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。戦場は凄惨な悲劇を生むだけの場所だ。こいつらにもそれを理解してもらいたいものだ。
おはよう。
任務？行く行く。行動開始します。みんな助けに来たよ。みんなまずは隠れといて。火がついてから行動開始ね。
バット。
行動開始します。みんな行きます。助けに来たよ。わあ、本気で行くよ。
了解した。黙っていろ。
治療開始。主の祝福があらんことを。弦には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難があります。
黙っていろ。
怖くはないわ。福音が指先に集まる。本気で行くよ。
ここは目を離してもいいわ。
あんたなんかに負けない。福音が指先に集まる。報酬位置につきました。弦のしを感じて、ほらしっかり。弦には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難があります。了解しました。リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。弦には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難があります。弦には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難があります。弦には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難があります。オス、今よ、粉々になれ。
始めよう。
わあ、リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。弦には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難があります。ドクター、この声は泣いている。福音が指先にあった
余っている。
弦の振動を感じて。わあ、クイーンが一番好きだった。影のように。私に任せて。狙いはバッチリ。怖くはないわ。はい、血がたぎる。
了解した。切りつく。
その武器で名乗りを上げなさい。
Mission accomplished.
怖くはないわ。
さっきのあなたの顔、ルイは友を呼ぶって言葉は正しかったのね。
了解した。
その武器で名乗りを上げなさい。さっきのあなたの顔、ルイは友を呼ぶって言葉は正しかったのね。その武器で名乗りを上げなさい。
みんな、くれぐれも安全にね。みんな、助けに来たよ。
巻き込まれたくなければ離れていなさい。
行きます。みんな、わあ、くれぐれも。リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。助けに来たよ。主の祝福があらんこと。福音が指先に集まる。私に任せて。弦の振動を感じて。主の祝福があらんこと。これが戦場というものね。福音が指先に集まる。弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。はい、あんたなんかに負けない。わあ、リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。これが戦場。 弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。準備完了。いつでも燃やせます。こういう香りは好き？エクシオン、援護。わあ、弦の振動を感じて。ドクター、私が怖いですか？エクシオン、援護。弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。はい、問答無用。
どれくらいの時間で片付ける？
パニクってたら余計。いや、確かに。弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。
ここでは感情に意味なんてない。
始めよう。
ドクター、私が怖いですか？
Mission accomplished.
よかったわね、ドクター君。
ここでは感情に意味なんてない。
ドクター、私が怖いですか？よかったわね、ドクター君。
おはよう。
成果の確認よろしくね。
おはよう。
成果の確認よろしくね。
おはよ
医薬品の積み込みは完了した。それでは出発する。狙いはバッチリ。主の祝福があらんことを。このリズムは今にぴったり。みんな自由にやっていいよ。
う。始めよう。
倒します。弦の振動を感じて。
縛られるつもりはない。
このリズムは今にぴったり。治療開始。この矢は外れない気がする。了解しました。
逃しませんよ。
福音が指先に集まる。倒します。あなたの考えはお 準備をしてください。よろしくお願いします。狙いはバッチリ。獲物を見つけました。狙いはバッチリ。イヤホンオッケー。行動開始。切ります。現には3つの選択が。
縛られるつもりはない。
治療開始。了解しました。この矢は外れない気がする。
無価値なものには興味ないのです。黙っている。
倒します。ノリノリの曲でいくよ。私が怖いですか。
因果応報だ。
了解しました。この矢は外れない気がする。
無価値なものには興味ないのです。黙っている。
行動開始します。できる限りやります。私に任せて。この矢は外れない気がする。獲物を見つけました。弦の振動を感じて。
この戦場に迷い込んだ全ての魂、あなたに捧げましょう。
狙いはバッチリ。
誰にも縛られるつもりはない。
弦の振動を感じて。治療開始。弦には3つの選択が。敵には3種の苦難があります。
逃しませんよ。切りつく。
切ります。狙いはバッチリ。私が怖いですか。
覚悟が足りん。
Mission accomplished.
逃しませんよ。
皆さん素晴らしい戦いぶりでした。ドクターも褒めてほしい。まあ戻ってからにしてね。
おはよう。
皆さん出発の準備をしてください。よろしくお願いします。了解しました。
黙っている。
皆さん今よ、粉々になれ。よろしくお願いします。主の祝福があらんことを。切ります。
誰にも縛られるつもりはない。
弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。弦の振動を感じて。切ります。血がたぎる。
戦う時は無理しないで。
弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。
Mission accomplished.
弦の振動を感じて。
みんなの命より大事なものはないよ。安全に気をつけてね。無理しないで。
了解しました。
誰にも縛られるつもりはない。
みんな
今よ、粉々になれ。
安全に気をつけて。
獲物を見つけました。倒します。
切りつく。
弦の振動を感じて。
傷も痛みも僕が消してあげるよ。
福音が指先に集まる。福音が指先に集まる。切ります。今よ、粉々。
気分は良くなった？
弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。皆さん、出発の準備をしてください。よろしくお願いします。了解しました。
黙っていろ。
問答無用。皆さん、出発の準備をしてください。よろしくお願いします。獲物を見つけました。切ります。弦の振動を感じて。
傷も痛みも僕が消してあげるよ。
福音が指先に集まる。獲物を見つけました。弦の振動を感じて。倒して血がたぎる。
気分は良くなった？
弦の振動を感じて。
Mission accomplished.
脆い。
弦の振動を感じて。
おはよう。
気分は良くなった？
弦の振動を感じて。
脆い。おはよう。
ふむふむ、こちらがロドスのオペレーターの戦い方ですね。様になっています。ふむふむ、こちらがロドスのオペレーターの戦い方ですね。様になっています。 versatile. Whether descent from the above.
Aha!
The fire brings down weeds in the field, and the fire is versatile. Is thus completed. The fire brings down weeds in the field, and the fire is versatile. Is thus completed. The fire brings down weeds in the
Meine Damen und Herren, willkommen! On behalf of the General Medical Association of Vienna, I would like to thank you all for attending this demonstration conference. It is a great honor. As we can see, dear friends, the era of science has arrived. The era of man has arrived. Today, we will share the honor of witnessing the advancement of Vienna, of contributions to medical science and even the world. Now, please allow me to introduce the patient again, Miss Isolde von Dietersdorf. This lady has selflessly volunteered for the experiment, and in return will receive a healthy mind in no time. She's been living a miserable life due to hysteria. How terrible it is for a young woman like her. As we all know, mental illness is taking an increasing toll on our country. Even suicide has become more rampant. The tragedies are piling up, and our dear lady is in excruciating pain as we speak. Thanks to the development of medical science, we can again be rescued from the abyss of pain. As I said before, the electroshock therapy uses the most advanced technology available. The medical use of electricity dates back to the 18th century. Isolde?
The youngest daughter of the Dietersdorfs? Oh, no wonder she volunteered. The treatment should do wonders for her. You know there's something wrong with that family? I heard her mother stabbed old Dietersdorf in the temple with a brass needle and killed every maid in the room. That thing's even made it into the curio market. I heard not even the Lord's water could clean the blood off it.
The family seems to be cursed. So far, no one's ever lived past the age of 40. In fact, the girl had a sister who died very young, and now her brother. I read in the papers that he killed himself, right? Well, the artist did what an artist would do. He wrote a sad poem and then set fire to his paintings, together with himself.
You know what? My uncle works for the police. He showed me the autopsy report. The truth is, Théophile shot himself. He was killed by a bullet.
Gosh! Good thing he didn't have to suffer all that pain before he died.
Poor boy, he was so talented and handsome. But the girl, oh, she's less fortunate. Fainted at her only brother's funeral, didn't even get to see him one last time. I hope the latest treatment will alleviate her suffering.
Lunatics. The whole family is a bunch of lunatics.
Manners, sir. This is Vienna where we call these poor people Arknights.
I sincerely hope that Isolde can put an end to her miserable nightmare. After all, she is one of the most talented opera singers in Vienna. Just like her mother.
You know what they say? Talent and hysteria go hand in hand. Think about it. They both come from the mind.
Quiet, please. The treatment will now begin. Are you ready, Miss Dietersdorf?
Yes. I'm ready. Please.
3, 2, 1. Okay. Calm down, my lady. Just hang in there, okay? The treatment will work. Perseverance is a virtue. I don't think the electroshock is causing the pain you seem to be experiencing. Don't let the imaginary fear get the better of you.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now we'll begin stage 2. The voltage will be slightly increased. Please get ready, Miss Dietersdorf.
No!
Stage 3, an even higher voltage.
Enough!
Forgive the interruption, Dr. Schwartz, but I need you to stop the treatment immediately. I can't help but to question your methods, as well as the methods of the General Medical Association. Your electroshock therapy is a gross violation of humanitarian principles. Judging from what I just saw, it only brought the patient meaningless pain, and didn't help her condition one bit. Unless, of course, you intend to use physical pain to distract the patient from her mental pain.
Even though this is a conference meant for conversation, you're being a little rude. The new electroshock therapy is not what you know from the last century. Now that man has tamed electricity, there's no doubt that the EST is the best choice for treatment. You shouldn't take it at face value, because it's not like the underlying principles are the same as that frog experiment, huh? My treatment is supported by systemic theories and reliable references, and it is approved and sponsored by the General Medical Association, which means it's reasonable and legitimate. Well, you are, correct me if I'm wrong, a social activist known for her little arcane tricks, Miss Cacania. Or should I say, Miss Clara? As far as I know, you don't even have a medical degree. Besides your so-called art movement, this secession, is it? It confuses me, really. Anyway, in order to have a more professional conversation, I suggest we talk later. You know, after you get a medical license.
No, Dr. Schwartz. This conversation has nothing to do with my personal identity or experience. I'm only asking you as a citizen of Vienna, and as a human being with empathy. How can you not see that she's suffering? Have you been thoroughly brainwashed by the supposed authority of medical science? Or have you two been blinded and deafened by hysteria?
Oh, you rude little... Please allow me to reiterate, the EST is an advanced and reliable treatment. Besides, Miss Dietersdorf has signed an agreement before we started. The experiment is conducted under mutual consent. Your objection is of no use, and it is even harmful to the patient's interests. But we always welcome debate. Since you question my methods, please be my guest and indulge us with your thoughts on her condition.
As I understand it, Mr. Sigmund Freud published his studies on hysteria in 1895. He believes that hysteria was a psychological disorder caused by problems in the nervous system. It was not a simple organ disease. His trauma theory explains that the patient's personal life experiences were the real cause of the disorder, affecting the patient in subtle ways. It makes much more sense to analyze the patient's traumas than to harm their body. As to whether his theory is advanced enough, you can read The Totem and Taboo, which he published last year.
What? Freud. Freud! The man who told people to marry their mothers and kill their fathers. The one who couldn't get a word in when his patients spewed insanity. It took him 17 years to become a professor, for God's sake. Miss Clara, I've tolerated your immature antics, and I always welcome advice and opinion, as long as they're rational and reasonable. It's just, how could you challenge me with such an amateur theory? You insult me as a gentleman, and you insult my reputation.
What? Dr. Schwartz, I did not mean to insult you.
Miss Dittersdorf, she's unconscious.
How?
Get her off the chair now!
Oh, you're here? Not a good time. As you can see, my eyes are barely open. In the blink of an eye, my dream slips away like a deer into the deep of the forest. What kind of a question is that? You make it sound like me dreaming is the most ridiculous thing in the world. I have to remind you, except for some outdated wisdom, there is nothing different between your head and mine, dearie. I'm as curious about that as you are. You could always allow me to return to my soft bed to try to summon that dream again. Oh, but even then it likely won't be the same dream. See, we seldom remember our dreams, and even what we don't forget can be hard to understand. And that's why we need a dream interpreter. A doctor that values Shakespeare above his patients and cigars above his own career. A doctor like Sigmund Freud. He lures out forgotten memories from your past through a technique called free association. Through this, he can reveal what makes you who you are. All you need to do is to lie on the sofa and spill out your thoughts like old milk. Once you do that, your mental health will surely improve. The sleepwalkers stop falling out of their beds, the hysterical go back to their sewing. With enough time, maybe Nietzsche could write a comedy. But what about the medical journals, you may ask? He must have released them. Otherwise, how could we prove the effectiveness of his treatments? And he has. You can read them in journals, in the textbooks, and hear them in the chattering of medical students. Your name will be blacked out on the pages by then, but your dreams will become the latest gossip on everyone's lips. Oh, my dear, all medicine has side effects. The best medicine is bitter to the taste. It must be tolerated for the sake of the treatment. How else will these patients free themselves from their mental cages of unconscious desire and it really is the smallest of prices. A mere coffee stain on your shirt, just telling a few people about an unlucky moment or two. Besides, the patient is not given a name. The true protagonist remains a secret between you and the doctor. Perhaps you're right. It's not the only way. Come, listen. Do you hear that? That shrill, piercing sound of metal on the skull? The blood-curdling screams. Even the strongest soul would quake in fear. But this is the other way. However, funny enough, some people prefer the pain. It ends faster than a hard talk with the doctor.
Move! Oh, move! Shoot, are you blind or did you hit me on purpose?
Hey, hello! Do you know how to control this thing? It always drifts on my bed at night. I just sit back for a week.
Just remove your brain. Problem solved.
Darn shame! How come I didn't think of that? Thank you for your advice. You are so sweet.
Oh, you're so welcome, pal. I'd wipe my eyes more often if I were you. Just do something to get that black snot off those lashes. The good news is, the persons in charge of this place are all dead. The bad news, the one in charge right now is not a person.
Hello, Researcher Medicine Pocket. Your meal allowance is being deducted to pay for door repair.
I don't care, Buckethead. Do your worst. A few pennies don't bother me.
You could have called me from your lab terminal. The technology department has equipped every researcher with the latest communication device, and I have the energy to communicate with everyone.
Then how am I supposed to know whether my report is lying in your trash or not? Oh, please, you know we gotta talk face to face to solve our issues when things get ugly. Congrats on the one and only achievement you got from the Manus Mask. We're now fully aware of its side effects, and this great achievement is filling the halls with oil and insanity. You should thank the Hatted Cuckoo for her report. No one's turned into a crazy monster yet, or the Manus would be attacking the headquarters from the Place right now. Damn it! What are you doing? Are you even listening to me?
My apologies. You said we needed to talk face to face. If I understand it correctly, this is your #1 request.
You always carry a face in your pocket? That's just great.
You are welcome. It is our duty to learn and meet the needs of every researcher. This will help them reach their full potential while respecting the nature of their being. I received some letters of complaint. They asked me to develop a better sense of humor. They said it would help me understand the researcher's sarcasm, so I am studying it. 75% of the complaints mentioned they did not want to see a face on my head. Some even used strong words like, "Never let me see that face of yours again." I am glad that you are one of the other 25%, Researcher Medicine Pocket.
You know what? I don't mind if you keep that face on, as long as you let me kick it around a bit.
Regarding your second request, I have read your report. I fully understand the side effects of the mask as well as the feasibility of the decryption.
Then what's the point? It's like trying to get the syrup formula out of a Coke can. Ugh! Again, we are all screwed without the original ritual from the Manus.
It is too early to conclude that the mask does not contain important clues. The attempts we are making are very necessary. Besides, the situation in Laplace is not as bad as you say. The side effects are completely under control. The subjects are only suffering from dehydration and mania. Fortunately, the Rehabilitation Center has extensive experience in dealing with manic patients, and some researchers, like yourself, are already manic without putting on the mask, so the side effects will not affect them much.
Yes! Ball pens! Ball pens love brains!
Extensive experience, huh?
That is right. I am glad you have noticed our efforts. We have prepared a large amount of polymer materials in case of minor vandalism by the patients.
Haha. Amusing. So this is the logic of a machine, huh? Humans are as expendable in the lab as glass. You should be glad that your head is harder than my teeth, Oride.
Your opinion surprises me, Researcher Medicine Pocket. There is a big difference between the human body and glass. As for the original ritual, you are not the first researcher to make this suggestion. We are fully aware of its importance. We have dispatched investigators and members of the Field Agent Administration to investigate various regions. Here are the images they sent back.
Field... what?
Field Agent Administration. If you have not heard of the name before, most prefer to call them the History Guards, given their function.
Right. That team of cannon fodder. The thought of people being thrown around like garbage makes me feel lucky that I'm just a piece of glass. Looks like face-to-face conversation does solve problems. Finally, we're getting somewhere. Aside from the insane colleagues running amok, let me guess. The blue dots are good news, huh?
Correct. They represent the safe areas immune to the storm.
North America. I should have gone there for a walk in the park. I don't deserve to suffer in this stupid gray prison.
I have to say, Researcher Medicine Pocket, even though I approved your request for a sports field, which you claimed was a humanitarian need, I think it is more of a canine need.
I suggest you install an indicator on your humor module so we know when to laugh. See? Like this blinking red dot. Is that Vienna?
Yes.
All right! Not privy to the information, huh? I know of your tricks. One day I will find the logical fallacies in your words, I swear. And this here... yellow. Better than the worst, worse than the best. That's the agency. What's all the fuss about? Don't tell me there's a 500-meter-long blue crab.
No sightings of large marine organisms other than the Gorgon. This is where Timekeeper and her team are right now. By the way, it seems you can distinguish between colors precisely, so the canine elements in you are more of a personal choice than an innate trait.
I see your efforts on improving your sense of humor, I do, but that's enough now. Turn off the module, okay? Who the heck put these complaints in the box? I'm gonna kick their teeth out.
Back to business. Timekeeper and her team are in a bit of a situation. The details are classified, and I am not privy to them either.
Huh. Classified. I know what's going on. In this place, classified means they're in big trouble.
What are they? Hoop did not tell us about these things! Get away from me, you arcane fiends!
Marcus? Marcus?
I'm sorry, Madam Hoffman. I was reading the newspaper.
I know I told you to practice your arcane skills more, but you don't have to do it all the time. I just told you the oath to secrecy for this mission. Level 2 Investigator Marcus, repeat it to me.
Remember the field mission manual? Never disclose any information about the storm or the era to irrelevant people. Never build unnecessary connections with the current era. Never disclose any real information about the headquarters to members of the branch. Never discuss confidential matters in unrelated settings. Never contact or interfere with the insignificant. Stay out of their lives, silently observe and respect their lives. And why is the stupid train never on time?
Did I really say that?
Yes, in a low voice, after the last random stop.
You have a talent for multitasking, I'll give you that. But the point is, as a rookie investigator, your focus should really be on the mission.
Yes, Madam Hoffman, I'm so sorry.
Laplace has analyzed the information from the field agent squad and suggested several critical points on where the storm may arrive. One of them is Vienna. The history guards have reported sightings of menaced leaders there. Considering they will probably do the same things they did in 1929, you know, escalate the international conflicts to accelerate the reverse, this mission is probably quite risky.
It's okay, Madam Hoffman. I am fully prepared. I've been waiting for my first field mission since I joined the Foundation. Thank you for approving my application, or I'd still be talking to rusty filing cabinets and diamond patterns on the wall.
No need to thank me, Investigator Marcus. Your application has been approved by headquarters, as your arcane skills will prove very useful on this mission. This time we will track down Manus Vindictae in Vienna and gather intelligence on their rituals. The intelligence should help with the storm immunity research, making it the top priority of all other missions. That's why I said your arcane skill reading will be useful on this mission.
Yes, understood.
I know how lucky you must feel for returning to your era, after being isolated from the outside world for so long. I will take you to Romania and visit the orphanage where you used to live, if we still have time for that after the mission.
I'll do my best, Madam Hoffman. Whatever you need, as long as my arcane skill can do it. By the way, how's the timekeeper doing on Agent Island?
Marcus, have you already forgotten what I just told you? This is a confidential matter.
But it's in the news. Unknown Island appears on the agency. Forces attacked by arcane creatures. Ownership over island causing conflicts between Bulgaria, Serbia, and Greece. Austro-Hungarian Empire and Russian Empire to establish a negotiating committee. Madam Hoffman, the increased turmoil could cause the storm to arrive earlier, right?
That is not our problem. The headquarters will send someone to intervene since it is caused by the Arcanum. Now, just focus on our destination. Vienna. Time to get out. Grab your luggage.
cuboid box and switch to FM8. There will be fun.
Here it is, the national treasure of Austria. The creamy chocolate cake, the buttery ganache, and the delicious apricot jam. Created by the ingenious apprentice Franz Sacker in 1832, renowned throughout the world. The dessert of Vienna, Sackertod. My first time seeing a real one. How should I cut it? If I cut straight, the cake will get mushy. If I cut sideways, I'll miss out on the apricot filling. What if I eat it in one bite? No, how unrefined. The director would scold me for that. I have to think carefully. There must be some other way. Remember all your training, Investigator Marcus. This is the most important moment of your life. Don't get too excited, or you'll ruin it. Oh no!
What?
No, nothing. Thank you for deciding for me.
What was it tears, Marcus?
Because the cake is way too sweet.
According to the plan, the head of the Vienna branch would pick us up and guide us through the necessary procedures of this era. But our train was 2 hours late. That being the case, our Mr. Carl should have been waiting for 2 hours, but so far there is no sign of any gentleman in the Foundation's uniform.
So Mr. Carl is also more than 2 hours late.
A clever deduction. Let us hope otherwise. I'll go check if he got here before us.
I bet that island is a secret base of the Dual Entente. That's why the Bulgarians are so anxious. They're worried about their exit on the Aegean Sea. A friend of mine is in the Navy. He saw a ship leaving the harbor loaded with gold. War is coming, friend. No. How does that explain the arcane creatures over there? I'd say it's never been discovered before. Like the Celtic Otherworld. You know, the heavenly land beyond the sea in Bran's legend. The Arcanum has declined after the Enlightenment. It is an honor for all of us in this era to find such a paradise from the past. You're not fit to be human if you don't understand what that island means to us, my friend.
Secret base. Other world. Fascinating. I need to write this down.
Miss, could you show me your papers, please?
Ah, right. I'm sorry. My friend has it. Could you hold on a minute? I am an arcanist sent from the headquarters of the St. Pavlov Foundation. I have a letter of introduction from the head of the Vienna branch.
Arcanist? Then you come with us, miss. Hands up and be quiet. Bring over the golems! We have an unregistered arcanist!
Huh? Marcus? Sir, please listen to me.
Don't let her get away!
Nothing unexpected. For now.
Hi, wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Don't blink. A little trick.
¿Intentarlo de nuevo?
Hi.
Yeah, I know.
A little trick.
What? You still don't recognize me? What about now?
Wanna watch the aerial time?
Who this is?
Right win.
A little trick.
Haven't you eaten?
Handy. Plan A.
ВДВ. Сколько побед?
2, 1, down. A mice pass. Swallow my exhaust.
Red 38 is about to return.
What is happening? At ease, gents. Allow me to explain. This respectable lady is most definitely not a Russian spy. Ah, Miss Hoffman! So, this lady with the big case is your assistant? No spy would be stupid enough to carry an entire case of papers in public. So will be all, gentlemen.
The gentlemen in Vienna have become exceedingly sensitive after the infamous espionage cases of 1913. And their pride was almost destroyed by the Redl case. The man was even head of counterintelligence, and had a sexual orientation not tolerated in his time. Well, I'm not sure which of the reasons hurt them more. Sorry, Marcus. I should have told you that, as your supervisor. The belief that arcanists cannot cast arcane skills without the ability to speak. So old and superstitious. Like muzzling a dog when it gets out of control. Can we dispel it now, Mr. Carl?
I have to remind you, Miss Hoffman, that theoretically we have to go through an entire approval process before I authorize the dispelling of the mute spell. But whatever, who cares? They shouldn't have treated a young lady like that, for whatever reason. relax. This was just a minor incident. You'll never find another place as tolerant as Vienna. The very same principles the Foundation strives for. All registered arcanists can come and go as they please in this beautiful city. We even offer artists and musicians perks that cover every aspect of their lives, because Vienna loves art and music. Oh, speaking of registered arcanists, could you show me her Arcanum license?
Arcanum license?
Yes, ladies from the headquarters. Even so, I'm more than willing to skip some unnecessary procedures for you. We still have to be careful about security, you know, especially when dealing with arcanists.
I don't think the headquarters issues such a license. No one told us to apply for one.
Oh, there must be some mistake. All arcanists entering Europe must possess an Arcanum license issued by the local government. Austria enacted this policy in 1756. We abolished it in 1868, but we're in the time of great tension, so... you know... perhaps this lady knows something. Miss Marcus?
Yes?
You are an arcanist, even though you're sent by the headquarters, correct? Show it to me then. Your Arcanum license.
Marcus is my assistant on this mission, Mr. Carl. She's not to answer your questions directly given her rank and status. It is me, the one in charge, that you should turn to, not my assistant.
Oh, lady from headquarters, don't get me wrong. I didn't mean to usurp your authority. It's not an issue. You didn't have to.
I have a... Here.
Oh. Hmm?
Is everything okay, Mr. Carl? Is it not acceptable?
Oh, yes, it's a perfectly good license. I can even smell the ink from the government office. Welcome to Vienna, Miss Arcanist from Romania. You should have shown it to me sooner. It would have saved us a lot of trouble.
I'm so sorry to have wasted your time.
Speaking of which, no offense, but you are 2 hours and 15 minutes late, Mr. Carl.
My apologies. The Minister of Finance and I had a little too much at lunch. Well, your train was late too, wasn't it?
You were having lunch when you were supposed to be here. We agreed.
Relax, lady from the headquarters. You're just not used to this pace around here. Look at this industrialization and so-called modern designs. They have turned our beloved city and our carefree life into a cold, impersonal machine. Please forgive the train staff, the sewer workers, and the plumbers. It is their right to be a little unpunctual, and enforcing this right is a symbol of our free will. In the end, you didn't wait too long, and I got to enjoy my lunch. It all worked out, right? So, why was your train late?
It crashed into a deer. A deer with free will.
Tragic. All right, forgive this old Carl for his minor mistake, ladies. The rumors about the Golden Isle had kept the branch busy. There was no one else but me to pick you up. It wouldn't have been so embarrassing if headquarters had sent us manpower instead of taking it from us.
I am also on the job, Mr. Carl. Should I include your complaints in the report?
No, that's okay. It's just a group of lunatics banished to an island. They're arcane criminals from a small country, and people will forget about them in less than a month. Only a few would believe that it has any real influence on Vienna. You know, the young artists who think highly of themselves, the schemers with evil plans, and the conspiracy theorists suffering from neurasthenia. The Megars and the Bohemians are already giving us a headache. Arcanists, they are not at all the Empire's top ethnic concern.
But aren't you in charge of the registration and management of Arcanists?
Well, first of all, isn't my loyalty to His Majesty and the Empire? Before you use the title Head of the Vienna Branch to define me, I am first and foremost an honored citizen of Vienna, and I serve our great Emperor, lady.
And I thought you said this was a tolerant city.
Oh yes, we are responsible for dealing with the problems caused by the Arcanists, just as we deal with the Megars and the Bohemians. Alright, that's the Venerable Vienna branch of the St. Pavlov Foundation, over there. Let's go.
Mr. Call is very different from the staff of the headquarters.
In fact, most of the time the branch members aren't comrades who share the same goals with us. They're more like local officials we have to deal with. We need them as a buffer between the Foundation and the local governments. They can help us maintain peace in the human world, but you can't ask too much of them. Not all of them are cosmopolitans. Most of them put their emperor and their country first. That's why we shouldn't disclose classified information to them. Does it still hurt?
Oh, it feels much better now.
Good. Marcus, did you already have that license before you joined the Foundation?
Yes. Austria abolished that policy in 1868, but Romania did not until 1913. I carried it with me out of habit. Thank goodness I did. This is indeed the era I'm from. That time has returned.
Never disclose any information about the storm or the era to irrelevant people. Put away a license. We need to catch up with Carl. Remember my words, Marcus. Never trust anyone, even if they're a branch member of the Foundation.
Fire brings down weeds in the field, and the rain lets the seeds germinate.